Hey everybody, Austin back again with another Let's Play video. This time it's going to be Solar Eclipse for the Sega Saturn. Now I'm actually sort of feeling a bit of a void with this video in that there aren't any other long plays or full run Let's Plays of this game. Which actually really surprises me because for one, the game's not really all that difficult. And two, I've noticed several requests on my last Solar Eclipse video, which was just a casual look at, casual review, to make a full long play or a full let's play of it. And you know, I'm surprised it really hasn't been done yet. It's 2013 as of recording this, and well, hopefully this will be the first. Filling that super tiny void of a Solar Eclipse full run. Now, this is actually, the reason I'm doing this video is that I actually purchased a second Sega Saturn system last night. The last system I have, or not really the last system, the other system I currently have is actually kind of finicky. The controller ports, there's something wrong with it. Sometimes the controllers will just stop working, and if you kind of jiggle it, it might recognize it again, but then it might cut out 5 minutes later. It's really finicky. It's not really reliable to do Let's Plays with and things like that, videos where you're kind of recording live. So I went ahead and purchased another system last night from the local game shop, and to test it out, I decided to throw in Solar Eclipse. I was like, you know, it's one of the few Saturn games I actually still have left, and I've been kind of itching to play it again. And, you know, I ended up playing the game for like an hour and a half, 2 hours almost, and running through the entire game. So that kind of is what sparked this Let's Play that I'm doing right now. So, and like I said, since I managed to actually run through the game last night, I intend on doing the same in this Let's Play. I shouldn't have too much of a problem. This game actually throws a lot of extra lives your way, and they throw a lot of these like special homing missile power-ups, which are kind of like special bombs. They throw so many of them at you that you can kind of use them pretty liberally throughout the game as well. So I don't think I'll have too much trouble. And so here we are at the title screen, guys, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit start. Already did. And Solar Eclipse is kind of cool because it starts off with this little sort of you know, intro screen here, and your ship is just flying through a terrain, and it just keeps looping. It's really cool how they managed to do that. And you've got your options and things like that, all that good stuff, and you've got your control setup. Nothing too terribly special. Basically what happens is the bottom three buttons, A, B, and C, are used for firing and accelerating and decelerating. Very useful in this game. What you're going to want to be doing in this game is constantly speeding up and slowing down. There are going to be some tight corners you might need to navigate around, and slowing down will definitely help you do that. The little special bombs or missiles I was telling you about, they're actually activated with the X button. Wait, whoops, can't read. The Y button. If you look at it quickly with a, you know, in a strange lighting situation, the Y might actually look like an X on the Saturn controller. That's how it works. If you tap the shoulder keys, you can actually rotate your ship around completely, which I don't use too much, but there are a couple points in the game where you have to do it. So you'll see me doing that later on in the game. And then you've got your basic just D-pad controls for banking, and I always just leave it with the stock setup. And that's it. You've also got previews for other Crystal Dynamics games of the time period. It's actually a pretty funny preview video. Crystal Dynamics had a great sense of humor, and it really shows in their preview videos. But I'm not gonna play that. If you ever get this game, you can check it out yourself. And so let's go ahead and hit play game. It's going to load up a bunch of different save games, and this one, the top one, is actually the one I played through last night. It's at the very final portion of the game. So I'm going to go ahead and do slot 9 and hit A, and we're going to go ahead and start the game. Now, last night I actually skipped through most of the cutscenes, so what I'm going to do is actually play them all out, and I'll try to do my best to not talk during the cutscenes so you can sort of grasp the story. So here we go.
Major Kelt. This reassign is temporary, so don't get too comfortable.
Count on it, sir.
I'm against it, but Commander Templeton says you're the best he has, and it's time to give you another chance. This is Lieutenant Underhill, call sign Hellcat. Stay under her wing and out of my way. The floor drops at 0930. Be ready.
Yes, sir.
That's an hour from now.
Yeah, I already did the math in my head.
Attitude loses big now for Wing Lieutenant. So does reckless flying.
You know, doesn't anybody ever say welcome around here? You know, how you doing? Stuff like that.
That's Cobra, white team leader. He bites.
I'll keep that in mind.
Lieutenant Cross, this is Pachenko, Morris, and team leader Light Major Peterson. Call sign, Hopscotch, Digger, and Pitbull.
Red team's the place to be, stuntman.
All right, people. You've seen the tape. After that, 1,792 people got real quiet. We just made parking orbit around Saturn, so it's time to roll. I want you to remember your 3 R's. Recon, rescue, and recover the data. Questions?
Yeah. We looking at the same thing that fragged Kepler colony on Mars?
Kepler was an accident. The atmospheric processor broke down and released some nerve gas. We don't know what happened here. All right, we got a lot of ground to cover. Lagrange mining colonies are spread out over Saturn's 10 largest moons. The team leaders will brief you on specific targets en route. One more thing. Blackjack shattered a femur in the rotolock, so he's out for the duration. Lieutenant Jake Cross will be replacing him on Red Team. They call him Stuntman below, so I want everyone to remind him that this is not Bravo, and we don't do circus tricks up here. All right, flip in.
So that guy, Stuntman, is pretty much the main character, or the main point of interest in terms of the story. And then the whatever her name was, the main lady doing the announcement there, she's the other main point of interest in the story. Spoiler alert, pretty much everybody else in the game dies, so yeah, spoiler alert, whatever, you're gonna see it anyway if you watch this whole Let's Play. So, just like some other Crystal Dynamics games, they actually use some real actors to get these cutscenes, and some of the acting is really bad. Other parts of the acting is actually pretty good. It's kind of a really mixed bag. There's some really seasoned actors, like that lady is Claudia Christian, which I think she was on a really popular sci-fi TV series back in the 90s. So she does a really good job of, well, doing her role. And the main guy that's I'm controlling here, Stuntman, he actually does a pretty good job as well. I like his sarcasm and sense of humor. And it works really well throughout the game. And again, some parts are really cheesy, especially some of the things that these guys say in the bottom right-hand corners of the screen. If you'll notice, you'll see these guys popping up and saying things over your telecom, and yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag, but it does have its charm, and there are definitely some quality segments. So overall, I think it actually kind of adds to the game rather than playing through really long stages in silence, and it actually works out pretty well, especially once the story really starts integrating itself really well into the actual gameplay. There are some parts and things that happen in the game that are well, I don't even know if I can explain myself properly here. You'll just see. I'm not going to try to explain anymore. I'm probably not making any sense right now, but so yeah, Solar Eclipse actually apparently only has 8 missions or so, according to my save file at the top before we started. And the missions are actually kind of long, though. It's not quite like, say, the original Star Fox, where you can just bolt through the game in a half an hour or something like that. It's actually a decent little trip. It's some missions actually have multiple segments. They have to load between going to the other segments, and some stages actually take a while to get through. So this playthrough itself, gameplay-wise, is probably going to be at least an hour and a half, depending on if I die or not. And I don't know if that'll happen. I'm going to try to make it not happen. I definitely died several times last night, but then again, it had been a very long time since I last completed this game. I mean, I've played Solar Eclipse several times since I had it originally in the 90s, but I haven't actually finished it since the time I got it back in the late 90s. So I mean, aside from last night, it had been a very, very long time since I actually finished this game. And but now that I've actually got another full run under my belt, I shouldn't have too much of a problem during this Let's Play. And there's going to be some tricks I've got up my sleeve as well that I'll try to explain as I play through the game to sort of help me survive a little bit better. And like I was saying, what you really want to do is, and what I like to do is constantly speed up and slow down. Like a big group of enemies here, you want to slow down so you can actually kind of take your time and aim at them if that's really your goal. You don't really get points in this game, so it's not really necessary to destroy all the enemies, especially ones that don't really fire at you, but it's just... I have fun destroying the enemies. Destroying enemies in this game actually feels pretty good. I like the explosion effects and things like that, and it's cool, it's fun. I mean, that's kind of part of the point of these games, is to go around, blast the crap out of, well, a lot of crap, and just have fun with it. So that's what I kind of like to do with this game. Speeding up and slowing down definitely helps that, to destroy as many enemies as I can while I'm going through the game. But again, like I said, there are going to be some points later on in the game where you're going to really have to start using your throttle properly in order to navigate through tight corridors, things like that, or, you know, dodge enemies, etc., etc. Because while everything does seem kind of basic right now, the enemy patterns do become a little more complicated later on in the game. There are some enemies that have specific traits you have to sort of play around, and yeah, it gets kind of interesting later on in the game. But I think the game actually starts off really well. I like this first level, and I like how most of the enemies are just pretty basic. I mean, they do fire at you, so you do still have to dodge, but it's not terribly difficult. It's kind of like that first level in Star Fox. It's kind of like an intro stage. Now, if you want to keep sped up, you actually have to hold down the C button. So you notice I'm going fast. If I let go, I'm going to slow down just a little bit. So I've slowed down a little bit. Now I've got my hand back on the C button. I'm going a little bit faster again. And let go, slow down. Now if I press A, I'll slow down even more. Now I'm going to a crawl. So you can definitely tell there's a difference. These things right there, those are missiles. And those little pink things I'm picking up, those are actually shield regenerators. They regenerate a bar, a full bar in your shield. If you look in the bottom left portion of my HUD at the bottom of the screen, the left side vertical green bars, that's my shield. This item I just picked up is firepower. The right-hand side green bars, that's my firepower meter. You have 4 levels of firepower. Now, if I recall correctly... Try to run into the wall. When your shield meter runs out on the left-hand side of the HUD, your weapon meter at the far right side of the hub will actually shift over and become shield energy. Now you'll lose your weapons basically completely. You'll be back down to level 0 or level 1, whatever you want to call it in terms of your firepower. But that's actually sort of... well, for one, it's really good because you can recharge your shield as a last resort. But you can also sort of do it on command. Like, if your shield isn't full and you're in a section of the game where you're getting a ton of weapon power-ups, they're just throwing dozens and dozens of weapon power-ups at you, but no shield power-ups, and your shields are low, purposely run into an enemy, let your shield energy convert over, and then grab a bunch of the weapon power-ups that you see, and you'll refill your weapon meter as well. So it's kind of like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And that's something that you'll actually see me doing later on in the game. And it's definitely a nice little tactic towards the end of the game when it gets a little more challenging. So this is basically the first boss, and he's pretty much almost dead already. And fortunately, you know, it's the first level and all. They're throwing some nice power-ups at you. You don't really have to work too much at them. You see, here's some right there. There's another one. These are weapon power-ups. Oops. Ooh, that was bad. You don't want to slam into walls in this game. Slamming into walls is bad. You will die pretty much instantly if you slam into a wall. I mean, if you slam into it like head on and really hard. So, but fortunately when you have your backup weapon gauge, that'll shift over to your shield energy and sort of replenish your shield bar.
That is not the way we fly an Alpha Wing, Cross. We take our mission objectives seriously.
Seriously?
My objectives are powder right now, pal. How about yours?
You do not want to piss me off, Lieutenant.
Sure I do.
At ease, gentlemen. I could ground you right now for the way you flew that mission. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't.
He nailed the target.
Besides, the man knows just how far he can stretch it. Man flies like that, you just can't take away his wings. Be like an act against nature.
One win doesn't mean he isn't reckless. He's your problem, Peterson. Do you want him or not?
Given the situation.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Why don't you ask him what happened over Havana in '87? Let me know if you change your mind.
Bitch. The story actually has a big sort of twist at the end in terms of how they're kind of dogging on the main character and blah blah blah, and it's not quite what you think right away, but
if anyone can hear
Alien ships? No, no way. There's no such thing. In 100 years of space travel, there's been no evidence.
Besides, those ships were built with colony materials.
Well, what's going on over there?
The Major thinks there's something wrong with Phantom's tape.
Where did the signal originate?
Could have been Tethys, Enceladus, or Hyperion. Leave it to Blue Team to pull down a lousy feed.
That's more than you clowns brought back.
Captain Banks, this is Kelt. I'm looking at the tape Phantom brought in. Can someone clean up the signal?
I'll get Spinner on it. It might take a while, assuming I can wake him up.
No, I need it now. Why don't you drop his hand in a bucket of warm water?
Yes, sir.
Those ships were pieced together from colony hardware.
The miners probably got tired of breaking rock out here, so they knocked together a few fighter planes to raid the A-Belt trade lanes.
Okay, we'll check out that distress call. White team, take Tethys. Blue team, Enceladus. Red team, go to Hyperion. The Cobra thinks Hyperion is clear, so you've got a secondary objective. This is the colony's automated defense CNC. Destroy it in case someone's using it for these attacks. There's something I don't trust about this distress call. Be wolves out there.
Set course for Hyperion.
Eyes open, people.
Alright, on to stage 2. I think this starts off in space. I think. Yeah. So since I basically slammed into that wall at the end of that boss, I'm gonna try to get my weapon meter up. Your weapon meter in the right-hand side of your quadrant, or I'm sorry, on your HUD, will not charge unless you pick up the same weapon that you already have. So if I wanted to switch weapons, my meter would not build. So for the sake of just building my meter, I'm going to hold on to this weapon, and now it's maxed. So now I can switch a weapon, and my meter will still be maxed. So if your main goal is to try to build your meter at the right hand side to sort of maximize. God, it's so hard to talk and play this damn game at the same time. There's so much crap going on. Basically, if you're trying to just build your meters as fast as you can to maximize the potential of, well, not dying, you want to just keep grabbing the same weapon over and over in order to build that quickly. Now, kind of like I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, they toss a lot of these homing missiles at you. And the thing is, you can only go up to 9. You can't just, you can't keep stacking them. So, I mean, if you've got 9 and you see another missile that you're about to pick up, fire one out, kill a few enemies with it, and then you'll pick it up and you'll be right back up to 9. So, I mean, this game has quite a few segments like that where you can just make very liberal use of your homing missiles. Now, I've got a homing laser right now. You have to keep mashing the fire button, otherwise the lasers won't shoot out, so... And watch out for these sort of shielded blocks. One's gonna fly right back out.
Shoot them from behind on their way out.
Wherever it just kind of went off screen and never came back. Alright, well you'll see some other examples the more I play. There's definitely a lot of them on this level. These little things, these spinning lasers, you want to basically shoot them and they'll stop and then you can dodge around them. And this is where you kind of want to slow down to do that. Ooh, I didn't see the block and I slammed right into it because there was an enemy covering him up.
This is Cobra. No further transmissions from colonists. Same unintelligence, just dead air.
So I've probably got 1 or 2 more hits, and then my, ooh. Oh, I missed the shield power. Then my, weapons will transfer over. Ow, just like that. But it's okay, I just ran into 2 weapon power-ups as well, so that kind of built my right meter back up. And again, since you get a lot of, you know, missiles, in a lot of situations you can again make liberal use of your homing missiles, so... Especially when there's a lot of, like, ground turrets on the ground... ground turrets on the ground that are kind of difficult to shoot. Oh, without slamming into a wall or something like that, or getting hit by other bullets. Those are good points to use your homing missiles. Whoa.
Some of those turns just left me in the dust.
It's not you, Hopscotch. I lost a few in the turn.
Where's that CNC heading, Pitbull?
Keeps changing course and it's not wasting time. Everyone, keep in contact and I'll try to pin it down.
Box Canyon on the right's got less activity stuff, man. It's like threading a needle.
Now what you also want to do is really listen to what these guys are saying, because they also give you hints and tips as you're playing the game. Like that guy said, the right path would have less enemies than the left path, or something like that. There are later portions in the game where there will actually be dead ends in caves and things like that. And the signals given to you are audio cues. Basically guys telling you that, hey, it's a dead end, don't go this way. They're audio cues, they're not visual cues. So what kind of happened last night is I was listening to a podcast, and I was basically I wasn't able to hear the game. And on one portion of the game I kept running into these dead ends, and it was becoming really problematic. I was like, oh geez. So I literally had to pause the podcast and turn my television set up to be able to get past this part, because I mean you really have to kind of know what they're saying.
That man contact is dead ahead your position. Hellcat, 20 degrees left.
There's an extra life right here, and I got it.
Damn, this thing is back.
Shit. Out of homing missiles, and I just died. That was awful. I shouldn't have died there. It's not like it was that difficult. But again, it is kind of difficult talking and playing at the same time on a game like this, and... Sorry, let's go to the right this time, since he said it's got less activity. Whoa! Does have some homing missiles, though.
Canyon to your left is the easier road stunt.
block enemies are kind of hard to dodge. You really have to turn hard around them in order to get around. And then they're supposed to fly back. There you go, there's one. He just flew back. Alright, I was able to get that shield power up too. That was good.
I see it. Extreme range. It's got legs, but not for long. Say your prayers, hot dog! That man contact is dead ahead your position. Hellcat, 20 degrees left. Damn, this thing ain't got it.
Alright, now this power up here is actually kind of interesting. When you get this power up, you actually kind of want to get hit. Because what happens is it converts, I guess, you know, the energy when you get hit into shield energy. So what happens is all the damage has done to you actually just rejuvenates your health. So it's a really cool power up to get, and you'll get that plenty of times later on in the game. So once you get it, just start slamming into walls, running into enemies, all that stuff. Your life will just max out. It'll come back completely. It's great. Alright, now this guy does a flamethrower attack. What I'm going to keep doing is just, since I've got the homing attacks, I'm just going to use my homing, and it looks like it's targeting him, so... Whoa, homing. He's got homing missiles too. I didn't notice that. Getting hit. I'm like, what I want to do is hit him with my homing lasers and my regular lasers to sort of maximize the damage I'm doing to him. But since my life is getting kind of low, I'm going to stop doing that. I'm just going to... Oh, got him. He's gone. That should be the end of this stage. Man, we're already 30 minutes into this video and we're only on level 3.
But I don't hear Hopscotch complaining.
I hate this. Losing an engine, job only got half done. Can you imagine the humiliation?
You're welcome.
Hey, stay in the pocket, Hopscotch. Setting course back for the Tomlinson, half speed so Gimpy here can keep up.
Hey, cut it out.
I agree with Cobra. I think they knew we were coming.
What are we talking about here? Colony pirates or something else?
All we've seen is hacked colony hardware.
Pulling 15G turns.
Spinner, this is Kelt. Where the hell's that tape?
Hey, Raven. How's my dark wing doing?
Spinner.
I'm checking. It's halfway home. Let me take a quick look. Loading. Whew, jeez. Hold on to your lunch, Raven. You're gonna love this.
Pipe down what you got.
This is Susan Powell of the LaGrange mining colony. If there's anybody out there, please help.
I bet the audio was spliced together from colony voice diaries. Whoever did it was one sick mon-
All right. We're not dealing with colonists here.
Not live ones, anyway.
Look, I found out about Havana.
Yeah?
I never lost a whole team.
Well, make sure you don't.
Well, it seems to me you're no longer a reckless flyer.
I never was a reckless flyer. Look, it doesn't matter anymore.
Lieutenant Bailey, please report to the mess hall.
Major Kelt, we've got a live distress call coming in.
Let's have it.
That's a command cruiser out there. You're just in time. We're barely holding on out here. They wiped out in the first wave. Picked underground on Mimas. We're safe for the time being. Just as long as you don't damage Iris. I repeat, do not damage Iris. Our life support depends on...
Cobra, take your team to recon Mimas. Do not engage. This guy's lips move, but I still don't like it. Go. Banks, this is Kelt. Get someone to search colony records for reference to this iris. Let White Team know what to avoid before they reach Mimas.
Yes, sir.
The rest of you, destroy the colony's 2 main energy production platforms. We don't want anybody tapping into that power. Those platforms might be modified and mobile, so be ready for anything. Blue Team, take out the facility on the Iapetus. Red Team, go back to Tethys. White Team's already been there, so you should have a clear corridor.
Ba ba ba. It's epic music. All right, let's get back to this.
Target is underground, so let's find a way in. 2 teams, Hopscotch, you're with me. Roger. You're on a roll, stuntman. Age before beauty.
No further contact with the colonists. We're going in.
So something I wanted to talk about during this video was the fact that this is basically like a pseudo sequel to Total Eclipse. Total Eclipse was originally a 3DO game. It was I think it was a launch title for the 3DO. Actually, no, I don't think it was a launch title. I think it came out almost right after the system's launch. It was one of the earliest titles in the system, also by Crystal Dynamics, and I think it was a pretty groundbreaking game for the time, considering the hardware. But to be honest, I never really cared for that game, partially because I played this one first back in the 90s, and I didn't play Total Eclipse until a year or 2 after playing this game. And when I went back and played Total Eclipse for the first time, I was just not impressed at all. The gameplay was just super monotonous, super boring. All the stages looked the same aside from different colors, and it just did not appeal to me. This game, on the other hand, is just like the polar opposite of Total Eclipse. Now, if you're a fan of this game, you kind of want to sort of learn the history of it a little bit, definitely go back and check out Total Eclipse. I mean, you can get it on the 3DO, but you can also get it on the original PlayStation, the original Sony PlayStation or PS1. Kind of an interesting game if you're a fan of this, and you might even actually enjoy the game, but I just found it to be very repetitive, and I found the gameplay to not be as fast and fluid as this one. There's also not nearly as much variety in enemy patterns, in, you know, obviously the stage layouts, things like that. Like, you don't, at least from what I played, the first few worlds, you don't go into space, you don't, it's just very, it's very monotonous, and the bosses were kind of weak from what I played as well. So, but you know, you might want to check it out if you're a fan of this one. So now you got this other weapon here. It's sort of like this scatter gun, which is actually pretty cool. It works out pretty well. It covers a lot of space. You gotta watch out for these little asteroid rock sort of things. They actually cannot be destroyed as far as I'm aware. And this power here is invulnerability. You can just slam into the ground and you won't die. You can slam into enemies and you won't die. Kind of like the blue shield power up, except that this is just invulnerability. It will not refresh your health or anything like that. So something to keep in mind.
Some of these bombs are tight. Can't navigate them without rolling 90 degrees.
Or you can navigate them by slowing down and then speeding back up. Kinda like I do, lady.
Roger, I'm taking hits on my stick. Home off me, man. I'm 5v1. That's 5-on-1.
Cover, this is Raven. Break off your attack. Repeat, separate and return.
I'm out times 2, heading for the deck. Check it out, man. Stop. Stay with me.
So that last weapon I had is actually a controllable shot. It'll actually move up and down as you move the ship up and down as well. So it's kind of a neat shot. I think it's pretty powerful as well, but I actually kind of just prefer some of these normal, more traditional shots. More concentrated shots. Not more concentrated, but just something... I don't even know how to explain it. I'm just more used to these weapons. Yeah, I think he's dead. There's another extra life. It's funny, they put those spikes so close together, and they make it seem like you can only get around them by rotating, but I can just fly straight through them. Oh, except for that one, I got hit. See, flew straight through it again. See, I never knew that. I always rotated in the past. Let's do the rest of the stage upside down, guys.
Think I jumped too fast. Must have been an
Pitbull and Hopscotch have been out of contact for a while. We should pick them up again once we go underground.
If they're breathing.
Always a big if. Let's go.
Whee!
Cavern entrance is coming up.
Confirmed.
Invincibility. Actually, what I really wanted to do is purposely get hit, so the next weapon power-up I get, bam, just like that, and bam, there, full health again. Use some homing missiles just to get me by. Pick up some more health. Oh, I missed it. Now I am being a reckless flyer. Stuntman, you so reckless. Speed up, slow down, just like I mentioned in the beginning of the video. You should be good. You should be able to get around just about anything in this game if you make good use of speeding up and slowing down.
Nice of you to join us. Trailing the energy source in a cave 20 clicks east of your position.
And it's just a little bit. We'll have this thing blown up in no time.
Invincibility again, nice.
Closing.
Eat lead. Hold your fire. The damn thing's absorbing your shots. It's getting bigger.
Now you do have to watch out for when your invincibility goes away, because if you're like me and you just kind of like to slam into the walls and things like that when you have it, you don't want it to run out while you're currently slamming into a wall, so that's something you do have to be careful about, because again, you will die almost right away if you try to smash straight into a wall. Walls are bad in this game, which makes sense. I mean...
I got an idea. I'll chase this fat boy through that tight tunnel and pop it like a balloon. I'm hit.
There's another invincibility power-up.
Break off and see if it's a Hellcat stuntman.
I can't. The damn thing.
Bam, straight through.
Trying to run me down.
Hopscotch, Digger, now quit jerking around and get out of there. Hit the floor, stuntman. Let's go.
Hitting the floor would be bad, lady. I would probably die.
Cabin temperature's rising. Keep breathed up, man. I'm hoping to catch a miracle. Hang in there, Hopscotch. I'm working on it. If you don't blow this thing soon, I'm a dead man. You and me both.
Shit. Damn it, man. I'm missing all my power-ups. What am I doing? This isn't looking good. Whoa, not at freaking all. And there was another power-up there and I just completely missed it. There we go, some health. Let's try to... Some of these bosses you can try to get away from for a little bit. And you can try to get some other power-ups from it. Oh, there was a missile down there. Damn it, man. I'm trying to do this without dying all that much. And it doesn't really matter because, I mean, I had 7 lives and I'm gonna get more lives as the game goes on, but this boss is not all that difficult if I recall correctly. I mean, I'm just kinda, you just gotta take your time.
I'm hoping to catch a miracle. Hang in there, Hopscotch. I'm working on it. If you don't blow this thing soon, I'm a dead man. You and me both.
Ow. That was close. Skimming those walls. See, they keep giving me these homing missiles, so it's like, use them. That's what they're there for. You don't get any points in this game, so there's really no detrimental effect from using them outside of, well, possibly running out of them, so... Yeah, things are looking good, pretty good right now. I've got 2 bars on my weapon gauge, which means I've got 2 reserve bars of health. And I keep running into the power-ups this time, so I'm doing pretty good.
Mission objective destroyed.
All right.
Stay on my side, will you?
All right, we're looking good.
Hey, you missed the party, Pitbull.
I can live without your kind of party. Set course back for the Tomlinson.
Major, it wasn't my...
Where's your team?
It wasn't my fault.
Wrong answer! I told you to recon, then you ignored my order to disengage.
We were cut off. It was a trap. They must have used Iris to tap our communications network. I couldn't call it.
What is this Iris, anyway?
Bank says it's the computer network that runs all the colony facilities. The damn thing is everywhere.
Banks, are we uplinked to the colony network, Iris?
Yes, sir. That's SOP.
Disconnect, now.
Yes, sir.
This better not be a smokescreen, Tom, I swear.
Major, Iris just activated the emergency auto-destruct sequence.
Everybody else to deck!
Primary J seals check. O2 check. Prepare altitude for immediate launch.
We're off the deck. Q Bravo wing. How long till she blows?
16 minutes if we can't stop it.
If the Tomlinson blows, it won't matter who made it off that deck. We're as good as dead without that carrier.
Where's Hopscotch? Damn! The ship was down for repairs. I'm going back.
Negative. I'll signal Bravo wing and they'll...
Bravo is below deck. I'm going in.
Hold position, Peterson. That's an order. Damn it, Pitbull!
Major, I was wrong about those 16 minutes.
How long?
Well, right about now.
No! Peterson.
We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. Dead.
We're alive.
Might as well open the canopies right now and get it over.
Man's got a point, Major. It's a long swim back to shore from here.
Quiet. Keep your heads, people. As long as you're breathing, you're still pilot.
Dead pilot.
That's enough. Let's clear this area. Vegas, take lead on red team. Go to Dione and take out the colony's telecommunications complex. Blue team, destroy all the weapon depots on Rio. See what they can do without eyes and teeth.
Hey! Who the hell are they?
If you find out, you'll be the first to know. All right, people, let's move!
So I think the story up to this point is basically this thing, Iris, is some kind of supercomputer that's gone haywire and yada yada yada. And it's explained further as the game goes on. And it basically just self-destructed their mothership. So that's kind of a recap on what's going on up to this point. Along with us blasting the shit out of a lot of things along the way. And we will continue to do so for the next 4 levels or so. I think it's 4 levels. We're on mission 4 now, right? Right, I think so. Lost count.
Don't shoot the mini power plants unless you
Oh, that was bad. That was bad too. I was scratching my nose when I did that. Oops.
Alright, Blue Team. That's the cavern entrance. Stay sharp in these tunnels. I've logged onto a broadcast. Can't get a fix. Tracking.
Whoa. Oh, that was close. I thought I was dead.
Don't blink, stuntman. You're in the groove.
Found it. Everyone resume formation. Alright, I've got a fix on Colony Telecom. It's a ways ahead, so let's hit some other targets on the way.
Our standing orders are to engage all hostiles en route.
I'm talking about active pursuit.
Guidable.
Raven, these cams are a bitch. Maestro is separated. We can't find a path to the target. We're heading for the surface.
Negative, Santa. Have main transport in sight. Pursuing.
Sections like this, it's good to use your homing missiles because there's so many enemies shooting at you, and it can be a little tricky to dodge it all sometimes. Fortunately, their bullet patterns usually aren't too terribly difficult. They don't always aim for you, so you can kind of watch out for that and play around that. Oh, good, extra life. I like extra lives. Alright, so here we go. Oops. This is the one that gives me health back, so I'm gonna try to run into some enemies or something. Damn it.
When you crack your canopy, come talk to me.
Nobody was shooting at me or anything. Fucking wall, man.
Double shield energy.
Telecom is broken orbit and is heading into space. Rendezvous, 50 clicks plus South Pole.
Alright, is this level 2 or section 2?
Target's ahead. Stuntman, hold your course. Okay, you and I will coordinate to catch it in a crossfire. Yes, sir.
Scatter.
See, what I'm going to be trying to do is continue to try to pick up the same weapon. So now I just need one more and my meter will be maxed. Here we go. Alright, we're good to go.
Heads down. Bad idea, Vegas. Thanks for the input. Now switch off.
I'm gonna do is purposely run into some enemies. Some asteroids. There we go. I'm gonna pick up some more weapons and build my meter back up. See, again, you can use that as a tactic to get your full shield back.
Looks like they're making formation. Oh my God! Look at that!
It just cut Vegas in half. The ships link up and fire together. Splitting up again.
Yeah, just cut him in half. He was an idiot. Stuntman was like, "Hey, dude, that's not a wise idea," and he was like, "Yeah, go screw off," and now he's dead. These are a lot of enemies, but that's kind of what your homing missiles are for.
My nav computer is leaking smoke. I've lost my bearing. Looks like I'm out of it.
Supercharged.
I just noticed a slight glitch, a slight pause, very brief, you might not have caught it, but last time my disc was actually giving me problems on, I think, the stage before this one, and it kind of locked up for a second. After about 15 seconds of waiting, it actually went and, you know, succeeded to load again, so it didn't completely stall my game, but I hope that nothing like that happens on this playthrough. So far, it hasn't done anything like that, except for that one tiny pause that just happened. That was probably not even noticeable to you guys, but... And this is basically the boss of this stage, I'm pretty sure. Alright. You can actually switch to the cockpit view, and it actually makes aiming on enemies like this a lot easier. You're not quite as sensitive to movements. Now, it is actually a little bit more difficult to dodge things, but for situations like this, it's actually much easier to actually hit what you're trying to hit. So... switch back.
Vegas could have made it if he... Well, without the Tomlinson, it doesn't matter much.
Maybe the Major turned up something. Stay with me, Hellcat.
Right behind you.
We hit the weapon platforms, but the main transport got away. It dropped Maestro and disappeared in the tunnels. We were overdoing a pilot short, so we came back.
Good call. Hellcat, report.
We hit the telecommunications complex. Vegas took out a lot of peripheral targets, but he was on a winning streak.
He blew the mission chasing the wrong priorities.
You would know, Lieutenant. Okay, Hellcat, we need a cool head in charge of Red Team.
Can't. My navigation computer's shot. It should be Stuntman anyway.
That's not an option.
Major, the guy's a Class A jerk. But he can fly. And he has a functional nav computer. We need to exploit every advantage we have.
I love you too, Cobra.
Get over it.
All right, fine. Digger, you're with Stuntman. Go back to Rhea and hunt down that weapon transport. Phantom, you're with me and Cobra. We have recon to do.
Recon? Thomas?
That's enough, Digger. We're up against something bigger than renegade miners here. Our sweeps say the colonists all died weeks ago, so we've got to find out who's controlling Iris. Let's get moving.
place to be.
Seeing lots of craters. Reactor cascades by the look. The area is hot. Radiation meters pegged.
Watch out for hidden bunkers. I almost got blindsided. No sign of that transport yet. Continuing scan.
Roger.
This was always a cool part. Spikes coming out of the wall, you just had to follow the path. Make sure you don't run into them. Unless you really want to. I mean, that's always an option too, but I'm the kind of person that kind of likes to not run into stuff in games, and, you know, I like to actually manage to complete the games I'm playing. Not a whole lot to talk about at this point. I mean, I think it's kind of obvious what's going on here. Just make sure you don't run into the spikes. They basically wrap around 3/4 of the whole thing, and you have a little tiny area to go through. Pretty simple stuff. Still pretty cool though. It works out well. I like the effect. Remember, this is a game that came out in 95 or 96. I mean, this is not... this is pretty old. So, I mean, for that time period, it's pretty cool. You know, it's kind of funny. A lot of people, you know, always bash the Saturn or complain about it, saying it was hard to work with, etc., etc. But I mean, this game really kind of shows off what the system can do, and show that, you know, it probably didn't take a team of geniuses to actually get something worthwhile out of the system. I mean, this game looks good, it plays well, it runs well. So, and it's an earlier Saturn title. I mean, it's one of the earlier games on the system in that first year or so that the system was out. So, I mean... And this is definitely a massive step above Solar Eclipse on the 3DO and the PlayStation. Not just from a visual perspective, but even like a design perspective. But now, realistically, the next weapon I see, I'm gonna purposely run into a bullet or something, and provided I don't get hit first. Oh. Okay, never mind. I got the shield power up, so I don't need to do that now. Use some homing missiles. Destroy all those ground turrets.
Pretty handy with those blaster stuff, man. Cave entrance ahead. I'm going in.
I believe this is the level where there are some dead ends. And on this part, you really have to follow the person. They say, follow me left, follow me right. And sometimes they don't make their choice to the last second. And if you don't follow them, you might slam into the wall and, well, you'll be dead. So...
Very right. Stay with me. Stop, man. I'm picking up a colony survey ship. It's the first one we've seen.
Hello, my friends. Ready to rejoice in the pain of redemption.
Who the hell is that? Hey! I'm taking hits on my ass quarter.
Purified by the heat and the light. The smoke, you say, is the devil scorching his way out
Now, if I followed her, I'd be dead because it's actually a dead end. And that was actually one of the mistakes I made last night because I couldn't actually hear her talking.
Some of these bogies use radar only. Stay low and they won't see you. Raven, I've spotted it. Observation craft. Bearing 019er.
Phantom, come around and close the back door. Cobra, intercept with me.
I'm on at 6, Raven. Wait. It's firing its tail gun. Oh, shit.
Extra life. Up to 9 lives. So I don't think I'm going to have too many problems getting through the rest of the game, guys. I mean, I've got 9 lives, and there's actually, I think, still more to come, so... This is going to max out my shield. Sweet, so I'm in very good standing right now. I apologize for not talking a lot, but I mean, there's just not a whole lot to talk about right now. I mean, I'm playing the game, I'm trying to focus, too. And, you know, regardless, I hope you guys are still enjoying the video, because... Well, I know it was requested quite a bit from people to have a Let's Play or long play of this game, so... I know there's quite a few people out there that just kind of want to see to the end of the game without picking it up.
I'm picking up that colonist again. It had 3 clicks and holding.
For anyone that has a Saturn and has been remotely curious about this game, though, I do recommend picking it up, trying it out. It's a super cheap game. It's one of the cheaper Saturn games. You can probably get it for $5 to $10 online. And it's a very good deal. It's a solid game, good graphics, good sound, like I've already mentioned, and it's fun. So, I don't really know how much replayability it has, because again, I haven't really completed the game ever since the 90s, so... but I have played it on and off every now and then. Alright, now this boss is pretty tricky. You kind of want to get to the opposite side of this thing so you can hit it. That little sort of blue thing at the end of him actually acts as a shield, so it's really tough to actually hit this guy. I remember dying at this boss a couple times last night.
Energy transferred.
And I have no useful weapons right now, so... Oh, there's one. It's also very hard to dodge his attacks. And I am most likely going to die here.
Double shield energy.
Damn. What did I get hit by? I don't think he actually fired. Alright. Yeah, I definitely died a couple times to this guy last night. This was definitely a little bit tricky. Never quite figured out how to dodge his bullets perfectly.
Your only hope is to broadside it, stuntman. Strafe the mother and let's get out of here.
Hey. Oh, come on, man, really?
Energy transferred. Energy transferred.
Energy transferred again. Man. They don't give you enough power-ups on this boss. Some bosses you'll respawn at and they'll just shower you with power-ups, and on this boss they don't really do that at all, so it makes it really challenging. Because he's got this stupid shield behind him, and it just makes it really tough to hit him. So...
Your only hope is to broadside it, stuntman. Strafe the mother and let's get out of here.
I'll just try to go for his back. If it's even possible. Try to destroy it one piece at a time.
Shield energy.
Alright, that should do it.
Mission objective destroyed.
Yeah, that's definitely probably one of the most tricky bosses in the game.
I feel like it was my fault.
I know, but it's not.
You must have felt this way before.
Uh-huh.
How do you live with it?
You just focus on what's ahead.
Was it really your fault? What happened over Havana?
That's what they say.
What do you say?
Digger flew a one-way mission so we wouldn't have to.
Pilots don't come home when you're team leader, stuntman. Why is that?
I've done my time, Major.
I know how you feel, Major. But we're flying this mission now.
You can't expect me to forget it. You think Digger's family should?
Digger chose to go after that psycho colonist.
Yeah, we talked to him too. He's the one that sent the distress call. He's one crazy SOB. Worships Iris like it was a god.
Next time, man, he's mine.
Negative, Hellcat. Now listen up, people. We found a mobile sensor array that's been tapping our comms. We surrounded it, but it blew Phantom away with a massive tailgun. One shot. Then it took off towards Enceladus.
Once we take out this sensor array, we can launch a surprise attack on the Iris Central Nerve Center.
What then? I mean, we don't know who's controlling Iris.
Major, you've been in touch with our Central Command about this?
Of course.
What do they say?
They say what I say, Lieutenant. We'll destroy Iris and go from there. Now, if there's no more questions, Lieutenant, you're in the back seat again. Stick with Cobra and follow orders. Hellcat, you're with me. Let's take down that sensor array.
Alright, we're actually getting towards the end of the game now. I think there's 2, maybe 3 more levels, and then that's it.
Okay, split up and stay focused.
Tracking.
Oh, man.
Tactic. Steer craft into canyon walls.
Man, I keep running into the ones I don't want. I'm trying to build my my weapon meter. Oh, and I missed an invulnerability power-up. Shit. I saw the invulnerability and I missed it. Alright, that's kind of cool. I just noticed, at least it seemed like it, one of the meteors that hit the ground actually put a dent into the ground. Like, the ground actually disappeared. That was kind of cool. That's something you didn't really... something you didn't really ever see back then. Oh man, I missed a perfectly good power-up. But I got an extra life. Shit, I'm not doing good at all.
Negative, Raven. Heavy opposition, but no sensor array. Continuing search.
Yeah, I really need some freaking power-ups, and that was kind of like a no way in hell scenario. And spikes plus a shit ton of bullets. Really no room to dodge. So let's go back this way again. Was it here? Yeah. Lots of power-ups. Take our time. Wow, I definitely did not touch that and it still gave it to me.
Tactic. Steer craft into canyon walls.
Alright. Now we're looking good. So there's invulnerability right here.
Invincible.
Sweet. Yeah, the stuff that comes down from the top actually affects the terrain. That's actually pretty cool. I never noticed that before. I mean, again, it's not really anything special by today's standards, but I mean, this is 95 or 96, so it's something to keep in mind there. Yeah, lots of missiles. That's good. I'll take them. Yeah, it's another scenario where you have to hear what they're talking about so you can follow them.
Enemy squadron coming in from the left. Get ready.
Sponge? That's what it's called? Oh, it's hilarious.
Coming in on the right. Let's take them. Right, 15
Run into
degrees.
bullets. So the sponge gives you your health back. It's a funny name for a power-up. For a shield power-up, nonetheless.
Right, 10 degrees. Left, 17 degrees.
I'm pretty much maxed out on my extra lives. Which is good. I mean, that means I've actually died less tonight than I did last night, so... Ooh, slowdown. That's something that hasn't happened much so far.
I've seen worse flying, stuntman.
Cobra, this is Kelt. I've spotted the array. It's heading into space, probably towards Mimas.
I copy. Breaking orbit. Let's go, stuntman. Yes, sir.
Alright, is this the one where we're back up in space? I don't remember. Is it another space boss? Yeah, I think this is it.
I've got a fix on it. You with us, Raven?
Hellcat and I are breaking orbit in the far side. We'll be a few minutes behind you. Don't wait for us.
Roger. Target is on Mimas. Once we clear this field, we're going in.
I copy, Cobra. We're behind you.
See, my health basically just came back because I let them shoot me, because I have the sponge power-up. Sponge shield.
Scanners are losing sync. Interference from Saturn. Recalibrating.
So I'm maxed out again. And since I'm also maxed out on my homing missiles, if I see any, I'm just going to use them. Will help me clear out the enemies easier. Oops. And actually, if I remember correctly, if this is the boss I'm thinking about, I'm going to need a regular fire attack like this. Another extra life, which I probably don't need. It's crazy how many enemies they toss at you in this game, and the Saturn's not chugging at all. It's a nice, pretty brisk frame rate. You got lots of two-dimensional sprites. You've also got a lot of three-dimensional objects. So it's pretty cool. Alright, this isn't the level I was thinking about, but I guess we're back on the ground. Yeah.
Okay, Stuntman, this is it. That sensor array has a monster tail gun. I'm gonna take it out if it kills me.
Live heroes are better than dead ones, Cobra. And they're more fun at the victory parties.
It's gonna take everything I have to knock out that cannon. After that, I'll have to drop back.
And I get to clean up.
And get the kill shot. If either of us screws the pooch, we end up dead losers.
See you at the party.
Damn it, I did not want that.
Energy transferred.
There we go, got all my health back.
Tactic. Follow objective for safe route.
I have a visual. Targeting.
Me too.
That's it. The main gun is down. Dropping back. It's your turn, Stuntman. Wait, it's firing secondary batteries. I'm hit. Starboard wing is gone. I'm going down.
Major, we lost Cobra.
Stuntman, we're sitting ducks as long as that array is still online. Do whatever it takes.
Whoa, that's not fucking good. Hey. That was close. I thought I was definitely dead there. Alright, this boss, you basically have to follow him. Otherwise, if you do what I did, you're probably gonna run into a wall and die. And while I know that's probably what you guys are looking forward to, I would like to survive. Just sit back, let the homing shots do the work for me. Oh, there was this freaking sponge power up and I missed it. Dummy me. Shit. Oh, okay. Thought that was gonna be a dead end. Whew. There was another sponge power up. Totally missed it. Alright, what a pain. It's tough. It's kind of tough to hit some of these bosses when you don't have any weapons. Man. Hopefully it starts me back a little bit farther so I can grab some weapons. That was kind of a pain. I mean, he wasn't really that difficult, but his firepower shots were kind of hard to predict. And they've left me with no weapons. That's great. Well, this is going to be fun. So I guess what I'm going to have to try to do is get that sponge shield and just get right up on him and fire with my normal firepower. Right here. Just like so. You know, there might even be some weapons down there, but I don't want to risk it and run into a dead end or something like that. There we go. Oh, I killed him. Yeah, having his power up was definitely nice for that first part. I just got right up on him, and any shot that hit me just regenerated my health.
Come in, Stuntman!
Damn it, Stuntman, answer!
Miss me?
Don't get used to it.
Let's go, Stuntman. We're on a deadline. Set course for Phoebe.
Good job, stuntman. Excellent flying, stuntman.
Yes, I said we're on a deadline.
So let's have it, Major.
Have what?
You've talked to Earth Central. I know they told you more than what you're telling us.
We've been operating under need to know. And we've got a problem here, we need to stay focused.
We're outnumbered, out of fuel, NO2, and 900 million miles away from the next carrier. You might say we have a problem.
What kind of extraction can we expect?
Command is still working out the details, don't worry. Right now, let's concentrate on what's ahead.
So why are we going to Phoebe?
That sensor array sent a burst transmission to Phoebe just before Stuntman shot it down. I think Iris is already mobile and leaving the system.
Major, if you know what this is about.
You have your instructions, it's all you need.
Aye, sir.
Good. If Phoebe is Saturn's farthest moon, so slave your consoles to mine and get some sleep.
An hour and a half through the game. Not this level. Forgot about this level. I actually died here quite a few times last night. And I'm just gonna try to dodge these said multiple targets until I get some actual firepower. Because this gun is pretty much useless for really thin, small enemies. And I'll take this. And I'll take that. And that.
This bus protection, Iris must be ahead.
Another extra life. Back up to 9 lives, guys. These homing lasers are really nice. They don't shoot out that fast, but they allow you to focus on dodging bullets and getting around, you know, clusters of enemies as opposed to taking them on directly and, well, pretty much getting hit. So it's probably my most preferred weapon in this game, aside from that scatter laser or scatter beam, whatever the hell it's called. Especially on later stages in the game where things get tighter and there are just a lot more enemies you have to work your way around. Ow. Damn. Should have used my homing missiles. Just like right here. You definitely want to use your homing missiles on those guys. They shoot out a lot of bullets, so if you see 5 or 6 of them, yeah, just use your homing missiles. Otherwise, you're probably going to get hit.
Just don't pull a Magellan act on us, Major.
Not your concern. Okay, Hellcat, stick with Stuntman. Stay in touch.
Ow. Stupid spikes.
Energy transferred.
Oh man, I missed them.
I'm splitting to check the left tunnel, Stuntman. See you out the other side.
I got it.
I bet he's running Iris. I'm going after him. Negative, Hellcat. Hellcat, do you copy? What's your status? Hellcat, come in.
Hellcat, this is Stuntman. Do you read me?
She's probably out of range in the tunnels. Let's regroup, Stuntman. I think Iris left orbit.
Where's Hellcat?
I don't know. Lost in the tunnels chasing that colonist. She's out of it.
Our odds are 50% better with her than without her, Major.
I can add, Lieutenant. Can you subtract? We don't have enough fuel to go looking for her. The energy source is definitely left orbit on the far side, heading back into the system, not toward Earth.
Back toward Earth? Any theories?
No. The energy signature isn't what I'd expect either. We'll have to catch up with the target and do a deep scan. Hellcat will be okay. She'll catch up with us later.
Then we can all suffocate together.
Then we can all suffocate together. I love his smart-ass responses. This level might actually be the one I was thinking about earlier with the space boss. I guess we'll find out.
The contact is heading back towards Saturn. I'm picking up another contact. Smaller. That'd be me, Major. That colonist blew out all my scanners, then took off. I'm flying blind.
At least you're flying.
Iris is coming up fast in your 6, Hellcat. Get clear. Confirmed.
Major, what's your ETA?
7 minutes at full burn.
Don't confuse the instrument of God with the hand of God.
There he is again. If I had just one tracking missile.
And don't confuse the hand of God with God himself.
Raven, stuntman, that crazy bastard is gunning for me. Stuntman, I'm still 6 minutes
Put your
late.
brakes on, dummy.
Almost there. Almost.
My shields are down. What if you better blow them? Lunatic, right now, else I...
Yeah, this is the boss I was thinking of. I'm gonna have to switch to cockpit view. It was really tough to hit this guy last night. But to basically kind of this big wall makes him invincible, so you have to shift the wall out of your view and then go for this part that's spinning around behind the wall. It's pretty tricky. And again, I go to the cockpit view because it's definitely a lot easier to hit these small little spaces. And I'm glad I actually had the scatter beam this time, because last time I think I had the homing missile, then I ended up dying, and then I had to restart without any weapon power-ups, so... this scatter beam is making it a lot easier than last night. This part's kind of cool, you get sucked into it, which is kind of neat. Wow, now I can't even see what the hell I'm doing. That's it.
Mission objective.
Alright, I think we might actually be at the last stage now. Might. Whatever it is, we're very close to the end of the game.
I never even knew her name.
Sarah.
Iris is destroyed, Major. Request permission to pursue that colonist and bury his ass.
It was just an armed sensor array. A larger version of what you destroyed on Mimas. Iris is still out there.
I think Hellcat was right about that psycho colonist. Let's go after him.
He isn't running Iris.
You sure?
I'm sure.
So what else do you know?
I'm under orders.
The hell with your orders, Major. If I don't know what I'm up against, then I'm not much good, am I?
Okay. After the Tomlinson went up, I got a transmission from Central. That's when they told me.
Who's running Iris?
No one. A colonist on Kepler designed an attack program. He was testing it when he died of a heart attack. leaving the program running. The computer wiped out Kepler, scavenged it for parts, and built an attack fleet. It was halfway to Earth before the Edinburgh shot it down.
Why didn't it end there?
Central thinks it established net links with Iris, and also with Charlotte, the network at Juno Colony.
If Hellcat knew about this, she wouldn't have wasted time on that colonist. She wouldn't be dead.
You think I don't know?
Truth hurts, Major. All I'm saying is Hellcat deserved better than this.
I know she did. I've known Sarah since Miramar. I just thought... Look, I know how this is gonna sound, but we have to get this thing. Let's not waste the rest of our air arguing.
Why can't the Edinburgh come and take care of this?
They're en route to Jupiter to shut down Charlotte. They won't get here for 8 weeks.
So where's Iris?
The colonists originally built it on Titan. Maybe we can nail it there.
My calendar's clear.
All right. Destination Titan. It's funny, it's Titan. In Japan, this game was actually called Titan Wars. It's basically the same game as far as I'm aware, it's just different title, so... And the game basically ends on Titan, so, you know, that kind of makes sense.
Every target left in the system is here. It's gotta be Iris below.
And you know what's kind of funny is we're playing this on the Sega Saturn system, and Sega had their own arcade hardware called the Sega ST-V, and actually stood for Sega Titan video game system. It was their arcade hardware that was based on the Saturn. So, lots of Titans and planetary references all over the place. Alright, so basically what happens is we kill this colonist guy shortly, and then we go through and do something else and kill a couple more bosses, and then kill the final boss, and then we're good to go, and then that's it, so... All I really need to do is just survive for 9 lives. It's basically smooth sailing from here on out.
I've got a good fix on Iris. The output signature is a clear match. It's Iris, all right.
Better be. We can't afford even one more wrong turn.
Now the tunnels we're going to see here are actually kind of reminiscent of the tunnels that you see in Solar Eclipse. Kind of a small homage to the original game. Whether that was intentional or not, I don't know. But it's still kind of neat.
Energy transferred.
Into the light.
Extra life. I don't need that. I need some real power-ups.
Major, we just keep ignoring this guy.
We have to keep going.
I understand that, Major, but avoiding him is more distracting than taking him out.
He wants us to follow him away from our goal, and we aren't gonna let him. Now I've lost a pylon, so you go ahead. I'll guard you from behind and back you up when you need it.
Yes, sir.
Alright, yeah, definitely towards the end of the game. Oh man, not this part. This is where things start to get a little tricky. Alright, this section you kind of want to just shoot these things to light up the room so you can figure out where the hell you're going. And then there's going to be portions where the lights are just completely out, there's no way to light up the room. There's going to be those trip lasers, and you can sort of figure out where you're going by trying to fly in and out of them. Alright, good. Full shield and everything.
Prepare yourself for the happiest moment of your lives.
Right here. So just take it slow, fly in between.
Iris is moving. We've got to catch it before it leaves Titan, or we may never catch it.
Alright, this is where you... Oops. Shit, why did I do that? This is where you have to rotate. Otherwise you will slam into the wall, and it's actually kind of hard to do it 100%. Oh, that was close.
Energy transferred.
What the hell, man? Ah. That was rough.
It's almost time, friends.
Hey.
Iris is in some kind of launch.
Hey, where'd you come from?
If it makes it out, we don't have the fuel to run it down. It's now or never.
More ways than one.
Give me some life. What the? It loops? And I missed my health. Shit.
We're gonna have to make quick decisions, so I'll go out in front to navigate. Follow close.
And I remember dying, not dying there last night, but I kept getting hit. Because she goes through first, and the doors come up before you can even get through them.
Iris is in some kind of launch tube that extends all the way to the surface. If it makes it out, we don't have the fuel to run it down. It's now or never.
More ways than one.
Here we go.
These caves are tangled up and filled with dead ends. all go out in front to navigate. Follow close.
And I'll go this way. But how did I get hit by that? Son of a... I hear spikes. Yeah, definitely could use the invincibility right about now. That was a big mess. I would not have survived that. This guy you have to follow, otherwise you will run into dead ends. I know that for sure. Problem is, your homing attacks don't work on him, so it's kind of hard to hit him. It's kind of hard to hit him with your regular beam. If you can kind of go in at an angle, it's a little bit easier to hit him. He'll just kind of run into your bullets. Alright, here we go. This is basically, ready for the last boss. Take my time trying to get as many of these homing missiles as I can. Get myself maxed out. Not quite maxed out, but good enough. Shame there weren't any shield power-ups. Actually, what I should have done is run into the wall. What I'd suggest doing on this guy is trying to take his flame turrets out one at a time. Because once you do, you can just kind of sit behind them and the flames won't come out and hurt you. You can just kind of stay up and do it like that. If you turn at an angle, it's easier to get in and hit him. And this is a multiple part boss. He's going to turn into something else. I remember this part. That was just a pain. It's hard to tell which way it's going to go. There's always one open spot. Ah, damn it. That was awful. Now he has a weak spot, and it's the top. He always has one active weak spot, and on the first portion it's the top of him, and then after that I think it's the bottom, and then after that you have to shoot directly into his turret.
No data available.
Oh, come on, don't tell me I have to do this again. You're fucking kidding me, man. No power-ups or anything. That's definitely tricky. Oh, look. I don't recall them doing that last time, unless I just completely dodged out of the way by accident. Now you have to shoot him dead center. There's a little spot that opens up and you have to shoot it there. Oh, you can use your homing missiles on that, okay. And that's it. Mission accomplished, guys.
I don't know if you can hear me, Major, but Iris is dead. So is that crazy colonist. So are you, for all I know. As for me, I'm out of fuel, oxygen, and luck. I'm about out of time.
In case there's a colony receiver station out there, this is Lieutenant Jake Cross. Last survivor, the UNS Tomlinson. For the record, first man to land on Saturn.
Very touching, stuntman.
Major?
I guarantee you that sad little speech will be the source of great embarrassment for many years to come.
Where are you?
Right behind you. I limped over to what's left of Facility 17 and found an intact cargo ship. Brace yourself for a tractor.
I never thought you'd be the one saving my life.
Neither did I. I spoke to Central. They're gonna blame me for what happened to Alpha Wing. I face an inquiry when we get back.
So they'll bust you down to lieutenant. At least you're still alive.
That's what happened to you over Havana, isn't it? They tied your hands and made you take the rap for it. Turns out that I'm on the same road as you, only 5 years before.
Major. Doesn't hurt to smile.
Well, it's 4 weeks till we rendezvous with the Edinburgh. You think that's enough time to teach me how to weather this upcoming storm?
You just focus on your real objective. To protect people. It costs you a stripe, it costs others their lives. But we got Iris. And that's what we came for.
Iris.
Calling
Charlotte.
I have
Sustained
permanent
thermal damage. You must combat
The Earth Command
and control grid alone.
UNS
Tomlinson is destroyed, but
UNS Edinburgh
is en route
destroy it
at
first contact
and continue
to Earth
for final
objective.
Alright guys, well that's basically Solar Eclipse. I didn't catch it at the end until just now. One of the plot points was this thing called Charlotte. I guess it was this other base. And it sounds like it might have been the second half of this whole Iris thing. And so the plot line's kind of left at a cliffhanger. Obviously there was never a sequel to this game or follow-up, so it's just kind of left that way. But I didn't notice it until just now, listening back to it. But yeah, Solar Eclipse, guys. 2 hours. So the game takes pretty much 2 hours to get through, unless you die a couple times. Or, I'm sorry, unless you don't die a couple times. It's at that point in the video where I can't talk straight. Oh. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Not a whole lot else to talk about. I mean, it's Solar Eclipse is by Crystal Dynamics. It's a pseudo follow-up to Total Eclipse, and not much else to mention. Actually, there are some really cool little bonus stages that you can actually type in with cheat codes, or you can access through cheat codes. I don't know if there's a way to access them without the codes, like if you can get to a hidden hallway in a stage and warp out to a bonus level or something. I don't know if that happens, but I know you can access all the hidden stages with... Oh, yeah. This is one of the codes right here. RDDL crazy. RDDL crazy. Alright, let's go ahead and try that. Actually, since I've got this going, let's go ahead and try that. Hey, Sega logo. It looked like a Genesis version of the logo. RDDL, so I'm guessing right, down, left, C right, A, Z, Y at the pause screen. Actually, this might actually be the, there's another level you get to where it's like a whole thing of outtakes of the whole cast and crew. So we'll go ahead and just load this one back up. But what I might eventually do is, if people want it, I might do a compilation of all the unlockable stages in Solar Eclipse. Some of them are pretty funny. One of them is a take on The Horde, which was another Crystal Dynamics game. And you go around shooting cows, and if you shoot 20, you get an extra life, and they're all like moo and stuff like that. It's pretty hilarious. There's one for Off-World Interceptor, which was another Crystal Dynamics game. Not really a great stage, but it's cool to see that in there. And then there's some other ones that are just pretty hilarious. There's one where this guy is doing a Beavis and Butthead impression. He's just doing the Beavis, like, fire, fire, fire. And some of you new people, or not new people, some of you younger folks won't understand that, but Beavis and Butthead, they were pretty huge in the 90s. There's another one where you go through a level blasting faces of the development team. That was pretty funny as well. You get to a section, there's this big head, and someone announces, "Oh no, there's the main producer, get him!" And he's like, his mouth is opening up and down and shooting out fireballs and things like that. It's pretty funny. So RDDL crazy. So right, down, left, C, right, A, Z, Y. Got it. Heads up, this is the production team level. Okay, this is the one I was just mentioning. So, that's pretty funny.
Deploying the artists of the game. Eyes open, people. Heads up, gunman. I'm reading the guides from Tools. 7 clicks ahead.
Wait, Doc, I'm hit. Press left to full plane door. Thank the collector danger dang on the boo-boo-boo.
Where's that music coming from? Where's this music coming from? Watch it, stuntman. We got programmers ahead. They don't look like they've had a lot of sleep. Does anybody hear this music besides me? Will somebody shut this bloody music off?
His face is like,
Hey, look, it's the producer.
Is that it? Oh yeah, nice. Not that it matters, I already beat the game. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and toss in the towel. The Solar Eclipse for the Saturn. Again, long video. If you watched all the way to the end, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's what you were looking for in terms of a Solar Eclipse Let's Play. Yeah. So I don't really know what else to say. I'm gonna go ahead and just sign off here. Again, I'm Austin, and if you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. I've always got videos like this coming along the way. So, and I'll be back with some more Let's Plays and maybe some other types of content very soon. So, until then, take it easy, everybody.